Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to another day in Destiny 2 for some more Destiny 2 news and Lightfall, Season of the Wish intel. And today, once again, is Friday, so we have our Friday weekly update. XUR has returned, as well as Trials of Osiris, so I'll give you a brief rundown on those two things, as well as all the other daily and weekly information that you might want to know heading into the weekend. To start us off, XUR can be found today in the EDZ over in the Winding Cove. And he is selling the Skyburner's Oath, which I actually might consider picking up because it actually pairs very well with this season's Champions meta if you know how to use your artifact mods, and I'll talk to you about that sort of at the end of the video. We have the Gemini Jesters with a 67 base roll. This is actually a really good roll on this exotic. I don't know how this exotic really plays in to Hunter builds currently, but this is a really good roll and a good stat distribution for this particular exotic. We have the Peregrine Greaves for the Titan class with a 64 roll. Not a bad stat distribution for Titans, though a little bit low in the base roll department. We have a Getaway Artist for the Warlocks with a 66 roll. High discipline. Mobility is totally lost on this one, but if you don't have one, it's not too bad of an exotic. For legendary weapons, we have a Nature of the Beast with Subsistence and Dragonfly. I don't hate it. We have a Wolftone Draw with Threat Detector and Dragonfly. We have a Peace of Mind, a Deep Sight activation weapon with Perpetual Motion and Harmony. It also comes with the Land Tank Origin trait. We have the Arsenic Bite with Quick Draw and Sneak Bow. We have a Path of Least Resistance, which I actually really love, and this is a great trace rifle to pick up if you're running an arc build of any kind. This one comes with triple tap, one for all, and I think Ambush is the Origin trait on this one, which is a good Origin trait to have. This is also a Deep Sight activation weapon if you're looking to craft it. We have a 7 Seraph Saw with auto-loading holster and firing line. This is actually a pretty good roll on an arc heavy machine gun if you're looking for one. And then we have a Huskow with Underdog and Cluster Bomb. You can probably skip it. For legendary armor, we unfortunately have the XUR armor glitch once again. If you don't know what I'm talking about, essentially all of these armors for all classes are supposed to roll with a base stat of 58, usually between 58 to 67 is where you're supposed to see the armor, but certain old armor sets have not been updated, so you're going to see things like a high 48 to maybe a mid 58. So you're not going to get anything over 60 roll this week, so it's kind of lost in the stat department. So you're really only looking at this if you want to craft some ornaments. I'm not really a huge fan of this armor set myself. It's unfortunate when this happens. It kind of limits new players, I think, who are maybe just trying to get a decent set of legendary armor. And then over in the exotic weapons pool, we have, of course, the Hawkmoon with an Eye of Storm. Is that what it said? Yep. Eye of the Storm. And a Combat Grip with Alloy Magazine. Remember to pick up your exotic cipher if you don't have one. It's always good to have for exotics from the Tower Kiosk. If you have one, you will not be able to pick one up. At least I think if you have a full, I think you can carry 5 exotic ciphers now. The reason I would maybe consider picking up the Skyburner's Oath is if you have these two artifact mods equipped, the Flint Striker as well as the Rays of Precision, your scout rifle essentially will just infinitely stun overload champions. Really all champions, it seems like, to a certain extent, but overloads it just absolutely kills. And barrier champions, it destroys as well. Infinite stuns. Almost plays the same role as Polaris Lance, but it's a little bit more of a dynamic weapon. Probably have to pair into the build a little bit more with it, but still a good one to pick up if you don't have it. Over in daily information for Destiny, if you're looking to farm a legendary lost sector, we have one over in the EDZ as well. It's a very easy one to farm, the Scavenger's Den, and it's awarding exotic chest armor. So if you're looking for their Gerfalcons, it's a great time to farm that out. Also, remember, if you've been storing up your exotic Ingrams, you can just take them out of your postmaster and they will decrypt into today's exotic chest armor. That's if it's an exotic Ingram from a actual legendary lost sector. I get a lot of questions about that saying it didn't decrypt. It has to be an exotic Ingram from a legendary lost sector in order to get the exotic farming glitch through your postmaster to work. Remember, all you need is a full inventory of Ingrams on your person, and you'll be able to have all your exotics from a legendary lost sector sent to your postmaster as an exotic Ingram instead of as an exotic piece of loot. So as long as these are full of any kind of Ingram, get it sent there, and then you can just decrypt it on the day that you want the exotic loot by pulling it out of your postmaster. Always important to reiterate that point. Gonna head over to the tower really quick. Check out Banshee 44's loot, which I did actually cover in a previous video yesterday. If you're looking for a good roll on a rocket launcher, and we will also check out, of course, what Saint 14 is selling this week as adept loot for Trials of Osiris. The Trials of Osiris map this week is the Endless Veil. So it's a very short map, old map. A lot of different types of meta will work in that particular one. I've done well with snipers. I've done well with fusion rifles. I think fusion rifles are actually going to be really great on that map personally. It just seems it's sort of mid-range. So, maybe give that a try if you're planning on playing Trials of Osiris this weekend. Remember, it's also double XP for Gambit this week, so even if you're someone who doesn't play Gambit that often, as I am not, even though I do kind of like Gambit, I just haven't played it very much as of late. It's a good time if you're looking to farm out some XP. Might be worth actually doing. Head over to Saint 14 real quick. Of course, we have the Trace Rifle at rank 10. We have the Eye of Soul Sniper Rifle at rank 16. And today's adept weapon is the Grenade Launcher. I'm sure this would pair pretty well with all stasis builds, though I would say more for PvE than PvP. So it's kind of another one of those weeks where one of the better PvE weapons is available through like an exclusive PvP activity. I'm sure that keeps a lot of people from actually even trying to attempt to get the Grenade Launcher. But though it would pair well with stasis builds, I don't think it's really in the meta currently, or Grenade Launchers really aren't currently in the PvE meta at the moment. Remember, if you're looking to just get some easy loot from Saint 14, there's ways you can AFK farm Trials of Osiris if you'd like to know more about that. Again, I do reiterate it often, but you can let me know in the comments section down below. That'll count as a secret hashtag for today's video, if you can remember it. Quickly head over to Banshee 44 once again. But if you want a more of a rundown on Banshee 44's loot, remember this is going to be rotating 7 hours after the daily reset timer. You can check out my last video. We have a Whispering Slab. We have a Draconis Fusion Rifle. I always say this name incorrectly, with Under Pressure and Adagio. We have Dire Promise We have Cold Denial, and we have a Bump in the Night. And that is going to be it for all the information in today's video. Hopefully you found something in this video helpful. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. As I didn't say earlier actually, but it really does help out the channel a lot. You can also follow me on Instagram or Twitter. They'll be linked in the description box down below. Remember, doing any of those things also enters you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel. We do one every 1,000 subscribers, so you never want to miss out. If you've watched to this point in the video, you can leave a hashtag XUR or hashtag Lightfall or a hashtag Season of the Wish in the comments section down below, or whether or not you'd like to know about Trials of Osiris a little bit more this weekend. That'll give you another entry into the next giveaway for this video. And once more, I'm Wilhelm Scream. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend, and of course, we will see you next time. Little!